Hi, so this is a video that we're recording on Tuesday the 2nd of November 2021 regarding a coaching day that I'm having with Paul, and we'll walk through what we're going to cover in a little while. I'm here with Paul today, Paul Simmons, who's come here from Brighton, and he's on a coaching day basically to learn a bit more about HMOs and what we're doing. Paul's already very successful in property. He's now looking at how to optimize HMO operations, but also, again, like I've already learned a few things with Paul this morning, we can all learn from each other. So, Paul, what is it? What kind of your key things that you want to learn from today?
Well, I wanted to come up today as I didn't just see actually on site how things worked. I'm really interested in the HMO because I've got HMOs at the moment.
Yeah.
And I'm going more full time now. So for about 30% of my stuff is managed. I'm going to take that. Actually, this week that happened. I'm taking that back. And I just wanted to see how you did things. Hands-on in terms of how you actually run it. Right? Yeah. You know, I love the books, I love the social media stuff, which I said in the post.
Good stuff.
So I wanted to see that. And then I knew when we chatted.
Yes.
I mean, I've been doing property, as I said to you, a long time, but there's a lot of areas I need to go from doing it as a part-time owning a few properties.
Yes.
To where I've kind of started building portfolio over the last probably last 3 or 4 years.
Yes.
And take it more full time, which means I'll be managing all of the stuff. Even though I've managed the odd flat or house, just going more into the HMOs and doing everything myself.
Yeah.
Which is what I didn't do before.
And actually, you won't be surprised when I say we've all had similar journeys. I'm sure people watching this video would say the same thing as well. Some people are still in a job, looking to get out and do more property full time. I've done it for 20 odd years, and then it's only taken maybe 18 years for me to give up and start full time. Yeah. So there's different people who are doing it at different times. But I think also, so for today, what we will do is make sure we'll cover all your learning objectives, but also we will start, as you can see guys here, we're starting in this 4-bedroom come 6-bed HMO, which we were just talking about earlier on. I'm not somebody who's teaching off books that I did, a property I did 20 years ago. These are live projects that I will be teaching on that I'm doing right now. As you can see here, yesterday the electrician was coming rewiring everything. So what we will go through with Paul today, I'll put some photos and some videos, and then at the end we'll conclude about some of the learning that Paul may have got out of today as well. So stay tuned and we'll catch you on the next one. Cheers. So this is, we're basically at the end of the day today. So I've been with Paul. We've gone through a couple of the HMOs that we've developing right now, but also that's already up and running. And I want to hand over to Paul to actually share with you guys what is it that he's found useful from not reading a page, not actually watching, like being on a course with 40 people on bums and seat, but actually physically being out there, seeing projects in development, but also seeing HMOs that's already been done. So I'll hand over to Paul, maybe share with with us 3 things that you've learned today that you would actually go out and actually implement in your business itself.
Right. Well, it's been a great day for lots of reasons. Even though I've seen refurbishment projects, whether it's HMOs or just refurbing a flat. What I've seen today is the problems that come up in a really bad situation, things that you might not buy for. So like seeing the Rock Savage, you know, seeing that one there, and seeing, which I've had recently with roofs and leakages, and seeing actually, and when looking at it and us going through it, that actually it's not that bad a problem and it can be sorted out. So seeing a bad house, which is, you know, you do an HMO, so you've got all the regulation in there, which makes it more difficult to renovate.
Yes.
That was really good. And then going to an HMO, which is already done, one that you've had before, but has the ongoing maintenance issues, which I get. But how you might think about it, and like myself, taking the management over things I need to think about, which go kind of beyond what maybe having experienced what a normal managing agent will do for you, because you're just put that little bit more care of attention because it's your property, and how you want to minimize the hassle from it, you know. And I know just from letting normal that it can be an issue. So that was really good. As I say, seeing the renovation, seeing the guys on site, how you deal with the contractors, even if you've got experience, because I've got a lot of experience of doing that, and then how your system, so the system part of it, thinking about it more intelligently, you know, and using the note system, how you do it, and even though things you know you might do in other areas of your business, or the people that are watching this in their jobs, transferring that into property, which is what I'm trying to do now. So that was really good. And then talking about, because we talked about title splits, and we've talked about you know, planning permission and licensing and stuff like that, and the regulation changes and some of the things with that, where how you might have thought about it, even when we're buying from auction and that side of things. So all the questions I've asked, really important. But as I thought, I needed to come up and see you and go round that, because as we talk, there will be lots of things.
There's a lot of tacit knowledge that comes out.
Yeah, there is, and as we get to know each other, when we're talking more broadly about those things, so I can get on the next stage.
And I think that's a good point, because I think coaching in property sometimes is like, you know, when you can go to a course, you get 40 people in a course being told all manner of information, and then you've got to expect these people to go and take action, but then there's no support there. And I think having people come out and actually experience it. I mean, again, you're not new to property. You've been in properties for a good 10 years, and you still hopefully benefit from just being out and seeing, talking. You know, I talked about the fuse box. You know, how do you actually get into the immersion of knowing the basics of electrics a little bit, to understand what you need to buy, so you don't get conned by tradesmen and the pricing. You know, and it's, you know, and one great point you made is most people watching this have got a career. So they're already professional in their own right. They're already doing great things in their business. But it's taking those knowledge. So how can you reduce your cost on electricity? I talked about the LED lights. How can you change the ball lever valve so that your management, if there's a leak, reduces? So, I mean, in terms of, I guess the final thing I would say is, would you recommend people to come out and physically see things in person rather than, learning from a book
because you do the book thing. You can watch. There might be some stuff you might find that's on YouTube. You've got your social media, like your stuff, which is fantastic. But and this is even if you're going into it more full time, or you've got experience. The best thing is to come, which is why I wanted to come up. I was absolutely insistent with myself that I needed to come up today, even though we'd had a coaching session on the phone a couple of months ago. And of course, and like we said, it is quite lonely. And even if you were 40 delegates, yes, you can network and do all those things, but kind of at the stage where I don't need, it's not about doing that. It's about the stuff we talk, practical stuff, the management,
the nitty gritty stuff.
Yeah, the nitty gritty, which is people always forget. The leaky tap. How do you reduce that bill and not spending an £80 call out? And that stuff, when we've got property for a long time. To make money, real money, you need to do that. And lots of people, I feel, don't talk about that. So we covered all that stuff as well as all the stuff that. And
it's that mindset about it's a business, right?
Yes.
And we forget that because property, we live in one. We don't see investment in properties as a business that, you reduce your cost, you increase your profit. But, we talked about, even marginally increasing your profit when you take over by £10 a room will boost up your earnings. So I think seeing it as a property, and it is that mindset thing, but talking, I've gained loads, just being around you, just talking properties with somebody who does properties, change, you automatically learn more, because you're asking questions. I'm thinking, oh yeah, actually I didn't think about it that way. You telling me how you do things. I think it's always everybody benefits in this scenario, so. But listen, thank you very much for making the time to come from Brighton, and I hope we stay in touch, and then you'll be on the group, and we'll get some feedback on that.
Fantastic, really, really good.
Good.
And, yeah, so fantastic. Thanks
Good to hear it. Thanks, Paul. Take care.